Hey guys, you made it for story time. You too, T-Rex. I picked out a book just for you. It's called Curious George and the Dinosaur, because you're a dinosaur. All right, let's get started. Oh, it's a bus. Jimmy's class was taking a field trip to a museum and George was going along. We're glad to have you, George, said Mr. Chauncey, the teacher, but don't get into trouble. You hear that, T-Rex? You might get into trouble. At the museum, Mr. Chauncey began to explain one of the displays. He said, these rocks are millions of years old, and the students weren't listening. That's not good. This is boring, said a student. Sure is, said another. When's lunchtime, asked a third. Oh, T-Rex, they're hungry. They probably want pizza. Oh, man. George wandered off. He didn't find the rocks very interesting either. Yeah, didn't rock. But in the next room, George saw something very interesting. It was a huge skeleton with a long tail. It was too much for George to resist. He stepped over the rope and jumped onto the tail. Oh no, George. He climbed down and he climbed up. He climbed up and up until he reached the skeleton's head. Oh, T-Rex, he's on the head. Just then, Mr. Chauncey and the class came into the room. Look, it's a dinosaur, said Jimmy. And look, at George, he shouted. Ride him, George, cried a girl. Oh, you hear that, Barnaby? He's riding him like a horse. The guards heard the noise. Get down from there, they ordered. Oh, I'm going to get the director, said the other. Uh-oh, T-Rex, the director's coming. George was scared. Oh. Is that how they rode dinosaurs in the old days? A girl asked Mr. Chauncey. Well, no, he said. Tell us more about the dinosaurs, someone said. George was curious. What's a dinosaur? T-Rex, they don't know about you. Well, said Mr. Chauncey, the earth was once full of huge creatures like this. Whoa. Suddenly, the director of the museum came charging in. What's this about a monkey on our dinosaur, he asked. Guards, get that monkey down before he causes any damage, he ordered. I think he's mad, T-Rex. Poor George. There he was on top of the dinosaur and no place to hide. Oh. Just a moment, said Mr. Chauncey. George was a great help to me. He got the children interested in dinosaurs. Yeah, T-Rex, you guys are interesting. We wouldn't have listened, said a boy. It's so interesting, said another. I want to come back again, said a girl. Well, said the director, I can see that our dinosaur isn't damaged. We'll forgive him this time. Oh, Pinkbear, you hear that? It's going to be okay. Oh. You can come down, George, he called. Oh, look at him. Hooray! The students shouted. Mr. Chauncey said, I have to thank you for making a visit an interesting one, George. But next time, promise not to ride the dinosaur. Yeah, Barnaby, you can only ride horses, not dinosaurs. Well, when the bus stopped in front of George's house, the man in the yellow hat was waiting. Oh, I'm glad to see you, George, he said. I hope you kept out of trouble today. Oh, man, what do you think, T-Rex? There's a lot of monkeying around.